Hello everybody, welcome to Ginza on a beautiful spring April afternoon. Lots of sunshine, weather's in the upper 70s Fahrenheit. And I thought this would be a great time to discuss what's on a lot of people's minds here. They're going to be closing down this Chuo Avenue in about 10 minutes, which is kind of neat. So I'll be able to walk into the center of the street. But yeah, this early on a weekend, still kind of early. Probably in about an hour or so, there's gonna be a lot more people. But you can see there's loads in the shadows on the left side. The right side's too sunny. But being me, I like this side. How you doing, everybody? I'm also gonna stay away from the people. Now, most of the Japanese keep their masks on. I'm gonna keep mine off, away from people, but as soon as we start walking, and my wife's gonna be coming out of the store soon with Leo, I'll have to put my mask back on just to let you know. But you can see just about everybody's wearing a mask, and the people not wearing the masks are not Japanese. It's really interesting. But when it comes down to the travel ban, which has been going on for years, there was an article in the news saying that Japan lifted the travel ban for 106 countries. Do a lot of you remember it? I actually just put a link in the description of this video. Check it out from Kyoto News. It's in English, explaining the Prime Minister had to walk back the comments, I think. It was asked in a press conference if foreign tourism was restarting or if they decided this, because you actually need to give the industry about a minimum of 2 months advance notice, or else they're not really set up right now for you to come here. A lot of businesses have gone out of business. A lot of hotels, they're just not ready for tourism. So if they were to just open up the border right now, it would be real chaos, and there wouldn't be enough accommodations for people, to be honest with you. And a lot of them are going to COVID patients that have to be separated from their families or put into hotels. So this is something that kind of caught a lot of people off guard, because even Kono Taro, who is probably going to be the next prime minister, he tweeted, Japan opens to 106 countries. So it confused a lot of people. But actually, the entry ban, it's how do I say it? So the entry ban is I think it's still an entry ban. I think it's just a play on words, isn't it? Well, anyways, the link is in the description. The Prime Minister said that they're not thinking about tourism anytime soon, or they haven't made any decisions on this. But, asterisk mark here, everything goes in Japan in steps. It's just the MO, it's the way they operate here. So they went from 3,500 students and business people who could come into Japan to 5,000, now to 7,500, now to 10,000 people can enter to Japan. The next step is no quotas at all, which I think is really close, because it's kind of stupid to just count people, right? Just let people in. And then after that comes probably opening up to a limited amount of tourists, then to everybody. And he's announcing right now they're going to be opening up. They're opening up the street in 10 minutes. Yeah, 24 degrees Celsius. I'm gonna get a suntan. I don't want a mask tan. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to wear a mask. I don't want a mask tan. I'm going to be filming, and it looks pretty freaky. Peter and I were talking about that just the other day. So the travel ban is still in effect for tourists, but I don't even know what a travel ban means anymore. Travel ban means that nobody can come. So I look at it like this. Nechatta? Nechatta no? The first victim of the day. He fell down, so he has a little scab on his nose. He's a victim of walking, a new walker. The nose is, he followed his nose, and the nose is the first to fall. Leo-ka. Leo's in Slumberland. Sandman got him. All right, we'll keep him out of the sun. So anyway, I look at it like this, all right? There's a bouncer at the door, right? Before there was just a wall. Nobody could come in. it was closed to the entire world, and a lot of residents and even citizens were stranded outside of Japan because the pandemic had caused nobody to enter until Japan could get its bearings and figure out what was going on. I don't think they have figured it out yet, but now they've opened the walls, so the entry ban is over, they say. But then they put these really big bouncer guys in front of the door, all right? And those bouncer guys are saying, are you here for business? Are you here for school? Do you have the proper visa? And do you have family living in Japan? Because I think my parents could come now, which might be a pretty good idea, if they can get the visa from the embassy because they're visiting family. So if you have a purpose and get a visa, the bouncer will let you into Japan. But most of you, and Chantel writes a good point. That's a nice car. Can you bribe the bouncer? I don't know if the government can be bribed, but I've seen DJs come here during the worst time of the pandemic on 3-day visas for entertainment. So I think anything is possible if you've got money. All right, but it just seems to me that there's a big burly bouncer, and he's saying to everybody, unless you have you fall into these categories, you are still in an entry ban. But what the heck does an entry ban mean? So there's still an entry ban. So it is confusing. Even to the people living here, we're kind of looking in the mirror and going, should we even be here? Or are we banned too? It's really unclear. But I follow Taro Kono, or his last name is Kono Taro on Instagram, and he posts in English. He's going to be one of the next prime ministers, I think, and he's a graduate of Georgetown University, I believe. He lived in the United States. He's a very forward-thinking, I guess, Reiwa-thinking politician who's younger, and you can get indications from, look at all these sports cars! Go! Dudes! Yes, please. Is he making a right? Okay. This is live. Whoa! That's one of the last cars, too, because they're closing, and there's a police officer right there kind of scratching his head. He's like, now I give up. I'm never going to catch that Lambo. All right, I got to get my mask on. I'm going to take you for a little bit of a walk here. Yeah, it's a big sound. That was the Prime Minister on his way to the next meeting. Good luck trying to catch him. It's very hard to catch. All right, mask on. So that's where we are with the travel ban, and I hope you all understand. People like it. But, all right, the good thing is that students can come finally. A lot of people have been waiting for years. People with visas can come. Spouses of family members that were working here from abroad can come to 106 countries because it wasn't like that. And I'm hoping, I got my fingers crossed here. I can't wear this. And I got my fingers crossed here that this impacts the mail in a positive way. Because right now, mail is suspended to most of the world from Japan, and it's been a logistical nightmare to try to get packages to Canada, Australia, to England and Germany because of the war. Planes that are going over Russia have to reroute, so there's fewer of them now. Therefore, they're not taking packages at this moment. So it's been really hard to get a lot of stuff to you, to our Daimyo supporters on Patreon. But I can tell you this. The next mailbox I find, Susan, thank you for joining the Postcard Club yesterday. This is coming to you. I'm sending it right from Ginza. This is Ameyoko, which is just about 2 kilometers up the street from here. So that's going to you. And I got a really nice a stamp here of the theme park in Asakusa. So hope you like it. It's coming to California. And you can get that on Patreon too. I just had another sign up this morning as well. I appreciate it, guys. So when will tourism come? To answer that question is Kanai, who knows very well about politics. Do you know about the Seijika?
I'm not good about the talk.
So when do you think When do you think kankosha from
Oh,
tourists can come to Japan? Be honest.
yeah, I'm not sure. I think this year,
Do you want them
Japan.
to come?
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
Why? It's fun.
That's true. There's a lot more
It's fun
smiles.
and
Yeah.
yeah. I also want to go to abroad for
Well, we
trip.
can. That's the beauty of living in
Yeah.
Japan. We can go and visit your countries. You just can't come to ours.
Yeah.
That's the beauty.
Yeah, I hope everybody can come visit Japan very soon.
Yeah. We can do a meetup
Yeah.
then. I can give
But
you
I
the you
heard,
found me cards.
I heard Sumida Fireworks Festival canceled this year.
What? They canceled the Sumida Fireworks Festival this year?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's just in Tokyo, but out in the countryside, I'm sure it's still open. This Chanel's got something going on here. There's a line for Chanel. Why? I guess they're selling all the bags from Russia since they pulled out of Russia. They're selling all the bags here on it for a discount, maybe that they pulled from Moscow. Maybe, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's weird. You don't see lineups for these stores usually. In fact, I hardly see anybody inside of there. Oh, they're closing the street. Mamanaku. That means really soon.
You can go to the middle.
Go to where?
You can go to the middle of road.
Yeah, we can go into the middle of the road. I'm gonna jump out in the middle in a second. I can't even hear what they're saying. It sounds like blah 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 blah, like the teacher in the Peanuts, the Snoopy. Wonk 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 wonk. They close the streets down at noon every single weekend, except oh, here comes the Lambo. Oh, the Lambo went that way. He's just going around showing off. I like that. Yeah, it's a Lambo. He's showing off. Yeah, Brandania, we want to come and visit you guys in Hawaii. We're going to come to see all of our Hawaiian family over there. 12 noon, we can cross the street now. Cars get off. It's ours. The street is ours, Kanai. Yeah, people are starting to cross the street now, just right in the middle. Oh, the cops are doing it. You see at the end of the street, the cops are putting the blockades. It's over. Kanai, it's over. The cars lose. We can jump onto the road. Really? Am I breaking the law? Is it okay? The roads are ours. Piss off, cars. Let there be life. I guess it's good. I'm in the middle of the road now. Yes! This is AWESOME. I guess because now that I have a kid, I have to start to spell stuff so he doesn't know what I'm talking about. Problem is, I'm not really good at spelling. Jacob, I'm not jaywalking. You're allowed to go in the middle of the street from noon. I might be the only one, but I'm a setter. Which means if you can come here on a tourist visa, let me know, because you'll be the trend center too. But right now, currently, it just seems like there's a confusing message about the 106 countries. So they've opened it up. There were people from, I guess, India that could not come to stay with their spouse. So this is an example. This is an example of how the border has opened with the announcement last week. There was an article about a woman. She's Indian. Her husband is Indian. He's a doctor here, and he wanted his spouse to come to Japan, but she didn't have a work visa, and he did. And the government wouldn't allow his spouse and kids to come, but he could come. Didn't really make sense, right? But these kinds of broken rules, Japan is a country of rules. It doesn't matter if they make sense at all. They just, people follow the rules. And his wife couldn't come for the longest time. I guess with this opening, now she can get the visa and finally come and be with her husband. But India was one of the countries that wasn't allowed to do that. So it's open to 106 countries, which is more than half the world. And do you know how many countries there are in the world? Wakaru, kuni ni. How many countries are in the world?
How many countries? Yeah, I have no idea.
一回の国。
It's a lot.
いくつ?
なんだろう. Over
182?
over
Don't know.
200?
I don't think it's over 200. 182. Well, 106 can come, and probably you're in one of them. 195, around 200. Travis writes in 385. Are you just writing numbers now? Under 200, right? I think Ronald's right. It's under 200. I think it's like 182, but there isn't some new countries that came in over the last 20 years, so I'm guessing it might be higher. 196 countries. Yeah, you guys got 192, somewhere between 192. Ski read 560. That's like maybe provinces or something. I don't know. And I found out there's more than 7 seas. You know, so Aquaman is supposed to be king of the 7 seas, but I found that there were more than 7 seas. Aquaman is not invited to the Sea of Japan, just so you know. Google says 195. Okay, great. So 106 out of the 195 countries can come to Japan if they have business, if they're a student, if they have a visa, or they have family here, they can come. But the rest of you have to wait. And just to reiterate, I'm guessing that by summertime, there's going to be a decision. I believe package tourists, like coming on JTB or HIS, will be able to make their way to Japan on package tourists, because then they can keep the people accountable and control the numbers better. And then if that goes well, then they go to the next step, which is opening it up to everybody. So it looks like the end of summer, maybe. That's my optimistic thing. But
still have a quarantine.
What's that?
We still have a quarantine.
A quarantine?
Yeah.
I don't think I think it's been lifted for some. It depends on the state. In the United States, it doesn't make sense, right? So so let's say I live in Pennsylvania and the situation's better than in New York. If I fly out of JFK, Japan loops me to New York, which has a worse situation, and then I have to quarantine for 3 extra days. It doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Yeah, but Japan also might be worried about another wave and wanting to get it to control it. Also, you see that even though this, everyone's been vaccinated and boosted, if you look on the street, everyone's wearing a mask except for me. Everybody. There's not one person who's not wearing a mask except for me. But I'm social distance, so scientifically I'm okay. But I'm wearing my mask now. COVID is done with, writes in Bruce. See, that's not how Japan thinks, though, and that's why it's not opening. If the West thinks it's done, then they're just not going to open it up. It's still closed, okay? And I know that the West doesn't like to wear masks, and Japan is scared of that, too. It makes people feel uncomfortable, so they don't want to do it. And since this is an election year, I don't think they're going to open it up to a bunch of crazy people who are going to protest at Walmart going in there without a mask. We don't even have Walmart, can I? Do we have Walmart here? No. Seiyu. Seiyu is together with Walmart. But yeah, you can't do that here. Now let's keep walking because I don't like this store. This might be the worst store in Japan. They still haven't delivered my iPhone 13 Pro. Did we call the police? Yeah, we have to call Kato-san at the police department and get update. I'm gonna take you to the end of the street and show you that they closed down the street. We can walk in the middle, can I? I'm taking my son into the middle of the street. Will he be okay? Yes, he will. It is like summer. It feels very much like summer today. The Kit Kat store is down there. Ronald, you keep your beep beep to yourself. But for those that are wondering, I put the link in the description. Prime Minister Kishida walked back. I don't know if he walked it back, but he explained in more detail that the 106 people does not mean that the countries does not mean that the country is open to tourism. And there's no announcement yet, but I believe that something will be coming soon this summer. But as I said in the beginning, they're going to need 2 months minimum to get the tourist infrastructure up again, because right now it's just not there. If tourism resumed today, it would be chaos because there's no places to stay. The hotels are kind of not ready for international tourism yet. And even the Shinkansen, I think, is still down. The Tohoku Shinkansen, and it's still not running fully because of a train derailment from an earthquake a couple of weeks ago. This is where the first McDonald's was in 1972, was it? 1971? Right there in the wall where right there where that airplane was where the entrance to the McDonald's was in 1970. Opened up here. They built that McDonald's in 72 hours. It's pretty crazy. They shut down on Friday, and then when they opened up on Monday, there was a McDonald's there, I think. That's how quick that they had to move. There's Ginza Kimuraya, which is a very, very famous bakery. So Brandania, we'll probably get some bread from there. Maybe a katsu. Well, we just ate. We went to Eggs and Things Brandania, which is a Hawaiian breakfast place. That's why we're here. Bob Joe, the story of the McDonald's in Tokyo is really interesting. How they opened up the first shop. Placement was everything. They had to put it right here on this intersection. And Ginza also closed down the street back then too, 50 years ago. Yeah, the Mitsukoshi lion has a mask on. Hey, he's rocking the polo gear. Look at this. What's up with that? What? They made this special polo shirt just for him. I can't believe they did that.
Yeah, that's funny.
I can't believe they made a polo shirt for him, the lion. I don't like, the polo's too big. I like it when the logo was really small. I don't want to show up that I have a brand shirt.
Just for him.
Yeah. I don't know, do you think I think the logo's too big. It needs the small one. I like the small one. I used to have that when I was a kid. You get them at the outlet shops. All right, I guess we should take a taxi back. He's sleeping? Okay. Yeah, I gotta edit. Tomorrow I fly to Hokkaido, which is gonna be really fun. So I'm taking you to the farthest east side of Hokkaido, to Nemuro. All right? But first, I have an appointment with an old friend who ate my head once. I don't know if he's gonna be there, but I called ahead, and they're gonna let me film inside there. So I'm gonna live stream from Meronkuma's house in Yubari as I drive my way to Nemuro, which is so far east. It's where the contested Kuril Islands are, and you can see Russia from the easternmost point there. And I'll be staying there for about 3 nights, filming an episode that I'm making, and coming back here. That's where they put the sign there, so it's closed at noon. Thank you, UFO Bob. All right, see you, everybody. He's so far out. What's he thinking of? What's he dreaming of? Probably strawberries and blueberries. He likes that. All right, see you from Hokkaido, everybody. If you have a question and you want me to clarify this 106 countries comment and when it'll open, just leave a comment in the video and I'm happy to answer it. And Susan, your postcard is on the way. Bye-bye. Yeah, probably milk. He's probably thinking about milk. Certainly not Melonkuma, because that is if I take Leo to Hokkaido in May, he can meet Melonkuma.
He's gonna cry.
Yeah, he's gonna cry. Melankuma's terrifying. And people think I stopped the live stream, but I didn't. Psych. Suckers. 60 people left. Why would I end the live stream? This is getting exciting. These guys believe me. Just like when I say I'm gonna start at 11 o'clock and I start at 10:55. Right, Peso? Why would I stop? I'm walking down a street that's closed in the middle of it. It's cool. Right, it's open, but it's not open to tourists. As I said, there's a big burly bouncer standing at the gate of Japan. There used to be no bouncer at all, just a wall. But now there's a bouncer, and he says, hey, if you're not here for business, school, visiting families, or a resident returning, take a hike. You're not on the list. That's all. Oslo Coffee? Oh no, that's been here for a while.
Really?
Yeah, at least for 2 years.
Oh.
So these guys have signs saying to wear a mask and to don't ride bicycles, I believe. And there's gonna be some entertainment. Oh, look at that doggy. So we're doing Ginbura right now. Is this Ginbura? Yeah, Ginza Bura Bura. That means just strolling down Ginza. There's an actual word for what we're doing. It's called Ginbura. Ginbura. So Ginbura is just walking around Ginza. There's an actual term for this. Yeah, you guys, if that works for you, just say you're coming to visit Leo. You can go to the embassy, say, I need a visa to visit Leo. He's my nephew. See what happens. So we're gonna Ginbura for a little bit longer in this extended live stream. because why not? We could say this live stream is brought to you by Tokyo Paul Live. Thank you, Tokyo Paul. If I missed that earlier. Yeah, no bicycles. I busted him. Yeah, tackle him. Oh, he's gonna get him. Get him. Yeah. Oh. That's awesome. They're pretty aggressive with bicycles. No cars and no bicycles, but dogs are okay. Can you ride a horse through here? Can I? Because back in the olden days, they used to be able to ride a horse.
You can try.
Yeah, I want to ride a horse. In New York, the police officers have horses.
On Central Park.
Yeah. There's the world's biggest Uniqlo. As we do some Ginbura here. Yeah. They're selling Uniqlo coffee? What? That's true. It's interesting. I've never seen that before. Like he's writing down every incident. They write it down. Only in Japan. Hello, hi, 821. Here's his family in the background. I saw one just flying right there. This is Ginza 6 that I'm right in front of. And up on the balcony, there's a beautiful location viewpoint where you can see down onto the street. Highly recommend going up to the top there. And they had, I don't want to promote the brand that much, but they got a big bookshop and a Starbucks in there that's really nice. That they have like this weird nitro coffee. I don't know, but it's kind of neat that they have in there. It's a Ginza dog. They still have some of the cherry blossom donuts left too, which are nice. Oh, they're gonna get him. Get him, get him. He's riding behind their back. That's awesome. Oh, get that guy riding the bicycle. I want to see them tackle. Haha, want some Uniqlo coffee. Does that count? Does a wheelchair count as a bicycle? It's two wheels. I think sometimes they can be a little bit too strict with the rules. Hey, Rainer Loves Japan's here. How you doing, Rainer and Mom? Nice to see you guys. I'm still looking for a mailbox for Susan's card. Did you see a Yubinuke?
Yeah, but there is a post office.
Oh, there's a post office? Okay, let's go take a look. This is the Abercrombie and Fitch skyscraper here. And this Abercrombie, when I used to buy Abercrombie stuff in like the 1990s in college, and then they got weird. And
The smell.
yeah, they pumped in, when they first came here, they were pumping out a perfume onto the street. And it really upset a lot of the store owners, and they got slapped hard by Ginza's association. So they had to stop pumping out the thing. But worse than that, they had these dudes with no shirt outside, you remember?
Yeah. I took photo with them.
You took photos with them?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
It's weird.
Weird. I know.
Yeah, they had these no shirt dudes walking around, and that's not classy here. All right? So they had those dudes got slapped back inside. So I don't know if they have to wear shirts now, maybe. Well, how do they handle winter?
Everybody dancing.
Everyone
Is dancing
what is it, like a
inside the
strip club?
shop. Like club.
That's not what, that's not this area. This is the classy place. Hey, Bob Joe. Okay, you know what? If we can see a vending machine, maybe we're gonna get something, because I could use a drink. You see a jihanki? I know that there's one this way. The back alleys of Ginza are very noteworthy. I've already done some live streams going through there. What? Nagano shop is like 2 blocks that way, though. Are you sure there's a post box over here, Kanai? It's all right. I'll just put Susan's card in the post box here. There are loads of little restaurants, bars, cafes, like places off of the main street are really nice. And this place, Barney's New York, a lot of my friends get their suits there. It's a really old shop. I think Barney's went out of business in New York, but they still are working here in Tokyo. All right, Susan of California, here you go. I always bang them. Off you go. Hey, Monica's here. Is Japan ready for the influx of travelers? No. No, they're not. Not yet. Maybe they have to give us a 2 months heads up. Everybody that I talked to in the tourism industry, give us a 2 months heads up. They haven't given that yet, so you can guess that we're 2 months behind. Check this out, Kanai. It's -5 degree Mitsuya cider.
You wanna get drinks?
No, but do you want to drink something? It's from Bob Joe.
Oh, thank you.
And Michael Sasano too. Thank you, Michael. Michael's here. And Rainer's here.
I can try this tea, black kocha.
Oh, this one here with the 100%?
Yeah, Japanese kocha, Japanese tea.
Oh, this one? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can try the melon cream soda.
No thanks. Oh, this is new.
Yeah, Asahi.
Straight. No sugar.
From Kagoshima.
Oh, really? Kagoshima. Kagoshima. They got 3 different kinds of monsters here. Do they have any sparkling water without sugar? Do they have any of that? Oh, yeah, they do. Wilkinson's. Strong. I like me some Wilkinson's. Thanks, guys. All right, who's pushing the button? You gonna push it? All right, Rainer is pushing the button. Ugh. Oh. Tansan. Tansan means sparkling water. I'm not sure. Tansan sui means carbonated water. So when you see Tansan, I was like, Mr. Tan, like you have a suntan. That's not it. Tansan. Sparkling. Right, Glenn? Tansan. It's so hot here in Tokyo. It's a Niju Godo, 25 degrees Celsius, which is like almost 78.
Oh, it's nice tea.
Mm.
It's right.
Oh. I'll stick with my sparkling water. Coffee. You can have at Eggs and Things. You can have unlimited cups of coffee until 11 a.m. But we got seated at 11:01, and I said, "Yes, I'll have a coffee and a refill." So they brought the coffee, and I guzzled it. It was super hot, and then they brought the refill. They said, "That's it. Then we're done." I said, "Okay." You don't have to tip either in Japan, so it's all right. These ones at -5 degrees come out frozen. Did you know that? They freeze when you open it up. Some weird. Yeah, it's for summer. You want to go to Hooters? Hooters? Hooters is the last. I don't know if it's still in business. I think they went out of business.
Peter.
Yeah, I took Peter there for a thank you. Peter's always doing something nice, so I always have to thank him. I'm in permanent thank you mode. You need Okinawa store? No. Or Nagano store, which one? Yeah, we like the prefectural stores. So let's go up to here and then take a left because it's maybe better. Saya writes in here, it's somewhat open. To us, it's always open, but yeah. Basically, you couldn't come from a lot of countries. There were a few countries, like maybe 20 or something, that you could travel to and come back, which stranded a lot of people, especially students. And now it's open to students, business people, to 106 countries, and that's one step forward, but it's not a leap forward. It just seemed like it because politicians were tweeting, well, we're open to 106 countries. I said, yeah, but not tourism. And even for me, it was confusing because I had heard also that they'd ended the quotas too in this information barrage that I was getting. And they're talking about they will end the quotas, but right now it's capped at 10,000. これは何ですか? I like these old markers, these old historical markers mark something that used to be there. There's nothing there. There's always some kind of... come to the side here. You guys are lucky Leo's asleep because he would totally attack both of you. He likes to attack the pigeons just like a puppy. This is really close to that sushi place. That's a story. I used to come out with one of the directors of Shueisha, which is a big publishing company, and he'd have the company money to go out to eat sushi. And one night he invited two hostesses out with us. I didn't know that they were coming. We had a sushi at one of the most famous sushi places here on the corner. That was over 10 years ago. I learned so many things from clients. I used to work at Shueisha, English editorial advisor, or supervisor. Sounds better. Yeah, and we'd have to go to the hostess clubs like once a week. I felt really uncomfortable, but I got to learn about the culture of Japan through the hostess clubs, and because they get paid a lot of money, these hostess girls had to admit everything that they do and why. They had a lot of questions. Okita. Megan's having a typing problem. Leo looks like the Godfather from this angle. Maybe we should go home. Okay, we'll just let him sleep. Maybe we should take him home now. This is where Sean Connery was driving the car with Aki in You Only Live Once, or You Only Live Twice. Down this street, this is a scene that they took from the 1967 James Bond movie. Leo will work himself back to sleep. He's up. I ran into a cone, an orange cone. Leo's saying hi in his way. He takes a nap at 12. This is the Aaron buggy. Leo, show everybody your nose. He fell on his nose here. Show everybody your 3 teeth. Glenn says hello. Joy says Leo. Skeens up boy. I can take this. All right, let's go. I'll show you where the Nagano store is, and we'll wrap around and end it. We have such amazing blue skies here in Tokyo today. It's hard to stay home and edit, but I've been thrown off. Actually, over the last week, I've been studying up on the Russo-Japan War from 1904, 1905, about that conflict and how that happened. And I think if you're watching the situation now with Russia and Ukraine, the war, you could trace a lot of this animosity all the way back to the start of the 20th century, and maybe even a little bit before then. So history it repeats itself, and you can see some of the stuff that's happening has happened before. It's really odd. And Russia lost that war on paper. You gonna go into the Nagano store? Is it closed? Yeah, it's kind of dark in there. They busted me last time for filming, so I'm not allowed to film in there. without permission. No, I'll come in a minute. I'm just gonna take people around the block and end it. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we like the Nagano store because you can get some good stuff. This is a tempura restaurant too, and they have an English menu. It's pretty good. If you're in the Ginza in this area, what is it, Hage 10? It's a pretty good tempura restaurant. Boy, too bad for those 60 people who quit when I said I was ending the live stream about 20 minutes ago, huh? They get to miss all this. So let's go see what's happening at the Akebono mochi confection shop. Wow! Lambo! Yeah, I guess it's gotten a lot more crowded in this area, especially, so the quality of the live stream might have gone down just based on a lot of people in one area. I apologize for that. We're ending the live stream anyways for real this time. This is Akebono. This is a mochi shop. And in Minecraft quality, I can show you really quickly. They have this delicious looking sakura mochi, which I'm gonna get for Kanai with the super chats. You guys, thank you so much. It's sakura mochi. It's a beautiful presentation here. Wow, mochi. Oh, it's coming back. That's the same one. He's on patrol. Yeah, Jim, sorry. I know you can hear it, but maybe you can't see it because the quality's bad. Just take you on the corner here. So thanks everybody for watching for real. I'm gonna leave this time. Ginza is open, but Japan is not. Not fully anyways, but it's the thing is it's a step in the right direction, all right? So always take the high road. Always stay positive. Always see the potential, the good stuff that happens. As a result of this last step, we're one step closer to tourism opening up, but we're not quite there yet. So just remember, think positive and Japan will open up, but they're gonna give us at least a 2 months heads up and so you can book your flights. But if you've already booked your flight, keep it and cross your fingers. And as soon as it opens up, I'm gonna let you know. I'm not gonna do a lot of these travel updates because there's not a lot to report, only when there's like a blotch in the information. So the internet goes a little bit crazy with that. Even I did, I wasn't really sure. But yeah, just stay positive, everybody. And I'll see you in the next live stream from Hokkaido tomorrow morning. Or maybe from the airport. I have to fly out of Narita. So it might be a ghost town. It's gonna be interesting to see how Narita's doing. See you, everybody.